you. How can we go back to being friends?
And here it is, the Little Mix trio has officially all released their debut albums. Okay, I know Leigh-Anne has already released an EP, but this time we got a full-fledged album from her. I mean, 15 tracks. She really spoils that at this point. But before we get to talking about My Ego Told Me To, let me quickly introduce myself. Hi, I'm Mara, and on this channel I talk everything and anything pop culture related. And if that sounds good to you, consider leaving a like and subscribing. And now that I've said all that, let's get into the topic of today's video. On February 20th, 2026, Leigh-Anne released her debut solo album titled My Ego Told Me To. It's her first full independent body of work since separating from her record label sometime last year, if I remember correctly. And all I have to say about this decision, it definitely was the correct one. It did amazing things for her. If you have seen my previous video that I made about Lil Mix and their careers after the hiatus, if you haven't, please consider checking it out. I really enjoyed making this video since I'm a huge Lil Mix fan, and it would really mean a lot if you decided to go and watch it. But if you watched it, you already know my opinion on Leigh's EP. And for those who haven't, let me quickly catch you up to speed. My initial complaint, and I don't even know if you can call it that, but one thing that I said was that Leigh-Anne does not feel like a fully developed artist in comparison to Jade and her debut album, because that was kind of the point of the video, at least that I made, was that Jade took the longest. So she also had, since she took the longest, she had the most time to actually consider what type of music and what type of persona and branding she wants to present to the public. And since Leigh-Anne was the first one to actually release any sort of solo music, she didn't have that much time. And I felt that it was quite noticeable in the EP that it wasn't as cohesive as it could have been, that it was still trying to mix styles, like she was slowly dipping her toes into the R&B genre and Afrobeats, but still kind of maintaining the connection to her pop roots that she kind of is known for from Little Mix. And like I just said, I felt that the EP was incomplete, that Leigh-Anne was still searching for her signature style and wasn't entirely sure what type of music she wants to make. And I have to say that with her solo album, I think we can all confidently say that she has found it, because this album is way more cohesive, but I will speak about that in a later section. Probably like right now. Okay, so never mind that weird intervention from my intrusive thoughts. Anyway, I feel like the whole album is way more cohesive. Every song has its place there and it feels like a part of it. And what I mean by that is, at least to me, there isn't a one song that sticks out like a sore thumb that, you know, I necessarily wouldn't put it there because I wouldn't consider it as a good representation of the album as a whole. I bring it up constantly, but also if you watched my video about Callum's debut album, I said that I think that singles that were chosen as, the songs that were chosen as singles were not necessarily a great representation of an album as a whole, because in my opinion, album in general gives off indie vibes, and most of the songs are recorded in this type of genre, while the singles give more of like, I don't know how to say that, you know, not techno, because techno fans will literally kill me, but you know what I mean, more like weird pop genre than the indie vibes that, in my opinion, the rest of his songs on that particular album have. Okay, but going back to the main topic of the video, because I tend to get a bit sidetracked. When it comes to My Ego Told Me To, I think it showcases Leigh-Anne as a fully developed artist as someone who is fully aware of what she wants to put out into the world as her music, that this is the type of songs, the type of sounds that I want as an artist to represent me. And I think that is what lacked in her EP No Hard Feelings. I know I've already said that, but I just think it needs highlighting, because this piece of work, this body of work feels way more cohesive and like something that actually feels authentically her. Sorry. When it comes to the whole sound of My Ego Told Me To, Leigh fully leans into the deeper and richer sound of R&B and Afro beats. And by doing that, she somehow separates herself from the former Little Mix persona, foregoing the pure pop sound. And again, I know Little Mix songs were mixing genres, but it was still mostly pop. Just look at, I don't know, Glory Days. It's their most popular record. Shout out to My Ex was there, Touch was there, whatever. And since it's their most popular record, it's naturally the type of music that they as people would be associated with when you say, oh, Leigh-Anne Pinnock, she was in Little Mix. So she probably makes music that's like in pop genre, and here she is like, no, well, I did do that, but now I do something else, and you know, it's just as good. Anyway, that was kind of my little disclaimer about Little Mix being purely a pop band. Yeah. Vocally, she comes up very strong and definitely proves that she's able to hold her own as a solo artist. Not that she hasn't done that already. There was never any problem in this aspect. I mean, just look at the receipts, any of her Little Mix or solo performances. She has an amazing stage presence, and she looks and sounds great. Yeah, but I just wanted to highlight that vocally I loved her on this album. Obviously, she sounded amazing on her EP too. I just wanted to, again, highlight her amazing vocals on this one. And I'm so happy that she decided to showcase her higher register. And listening to those high notes, the falsettos and stuff, it was a real treat. And just a little sidetracking towards the singles, let's say. I like the singles, and my favorite are Most Wanted and Been a Minute, but I definitely enjoyed some of the other songs a bit more. But yeah, if I had to choose two of my favorite singles, it would be Most Wanted and Been a Minute, and between those two, probably Most Wanted, because it's been on repeat. Going on repeat in my house since she decided to release that as a single, and I'm really glad she did, because it's honestly amazing. I don't know if it was just me, but I got a very strong Rihanna vibes from a couple of songs from this album, in a sense that those songs sounded as if Rihanna has done them herself, and that's meant to be a compliment. And also, it should not come off as any sort of surprise, because Leigh-Anne has stated many times that she's one of her musical inspirations, meaning Rihanna is Leigh-Anne's, you know what I mean, and that she really enjoys her records, her music. So the similarity tracks on this one. And when I mean some songs, in particular I have in mind Revival, Goodbye and Good Morning, and this one reminds me of Kiss It Better. Upon the first listen, I was like, the beat dropped and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it sounds okay, maybe it's just in my head, but it sounds similar, and I love this song very, very much. So, and I also love the Rihanna one, so that's probably why. But I don't know what she put in that song, but it's very addictive. She released the album today, and it's already on all of my playlists, that song, and it's just amazing. When it comes to the first song, it was not what I expected. Probably since, unfortunately, I still somehow subconsciously associate Leigh-Anne with Little Mix sound in my head, you know, the pop thing, Glory Days, or even, I don't know, Confetti, R&B. I know LM5 is a bit more R&B, but still. And nevertheless, it was a nice surprise, and I really enjoyed the song. The next one that I would like to highlight is Best Version of Me, and it reminded me of My Love when it started. And I love the vibe instantly, because My Love is one of my favorite songs from her. But the tone is definitely different. The Best Version of Me talks about a very relatable experience of self-doubt and wanting to continue fighting for yourself, constantly showing up and fighting for the better you. And I loved the lyrics and the message of this song, and I'm so happy that Leigh-Anne managed to become more confident in herself and gain the artistic freedom that she deserves and that she clearly wanted, which I do think that in this particular case, her former record label did hold her back. Because, okay, I didn't get that deep into the topic. I didn't do that much research on why she decided to sever ties with her record label. But yeah, I think it really did her some good that's an evidence of how great she can be. And maybe she will sign with another record label that will be more open to actually doing what she wants to do, and then she can receive some more financial support. But I guess we shall see. As to my favorites, I'll have to say I'm partial to Look Into My Eyes, Goodbye and Good Morning, as I mentioned before, and Best Version of Me, and Most Wanted when it comes to singles. I already said that, but I love the song, and all of the songs that I've just mentioned have already made it to my other playlist beside like Little Mix after Little Mix playlist, because I have one of those. And those were just amazing. Yeah, I don't know what more I have to say, because I know I've been singing her praises for the whole video, but I think she really deserves this. And yeah, the album is just amazing. As you can see, I really love it. And if you haven't, I really encourage you to go and give it a listen, because it's amazing. So here it is, my first impression of Leigh-Anne's debut album. In short, I loved it and enjoyed it more than her EP. I think the EP is still great, but I prefer her album a lot more. I'm happy with the direction that she decided to pursue with her solo career, and I'm wishing her all the best on her music journey. I really believe that she will definitely leave her mark on this particular genre of music. And honestly, I can't wait to see what more Leigh-Anne has in store for us. And if you managed to watch this video till the end, thank you so much. Comment your thoughts. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. And if you enjoyed this video, once again, consider liking and subscribing. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!